Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and this is just a process of cleaning stuff. I thought I would show you. I will also be making some ephemera bases for my projects that we were working on. That is the ephemera folio from packaging. I need ephemera for that, for my pockets and journal cards and stuff like that. And also I need ephemera for my soft spine journal that we're working on. So what I decided to do is, actually I was cleaning up some papers because I have a bunch of papers that I need to clean up, as you can see. So I decided to make some collage bases with you people. So I will also show you how you can add layers to them. And well, I have not invented that, of course, but it is my way of putting things down. I don't know, I have a frog in my throat. I just uploaded a craft haul, and this is my second video of the day. I hope I will be lucky this time because I have rearranged my workspace a little bit, following suggestions from Cindy and Dottie, and also I will I will also show you how you can keep all your collage bases in one place. So what happens with me is, I don't know about you people, but when I do it in on a loose sheet, I immediately have to transform that into something that I can store. Otherwise I might misplace it somewhere for safekeeping and then not find it at all. So I don't know about you people, but I do that pretty often. So I have decided that as I used to do before, I had this composition notebook where I did my collages, and if you have been following me, I'm just rearranging stuff, guys, while I talk, because why waste this time. And also I will be inking some things. I will be doing the collage in my notebook as such. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Some of you who have been with me for a while know what I am talking about, but some don't. So for them, I'm going to show you my process. So I'm not going to throw this paper. This is going to be something which I can glue on, because these papers can be recycled and repurposed, used, whatever. So I will be showing you that. So what I have here is, I still have a bunch of things lying around, and we'll just move some of the things away so that we have enough room to work with. So what I have here is a notebook. Now this is an ordinary notebook. This is not some fancy notebook that you see. So this is the notebook we have, and I'm going to move the this is a huge basket, as you can see, and it's full. I hope to use some of this up in this week so that I can start working on some other projects. So complete the soft spine journal and stuff like that. So here is our notebook. So I have my stuff lined, okay, so that it doesn't mess up everything. Yeah, so we are set. So here I have my notebook, and I am going to start gluing over here. So what I have is, again, a glue stick, of course. So you just need a glue stick and some papers. So I'll first start digging into this smaller basket so that you can feel a sense of accomplishment. Now, what is this composition notebook? I will tell you. This is a composition notebook, soft bound, single lined, and it had 180 pages, and it is just about, I think they came about $5 to $1, so 5 or 6 to $1. So you can pretty well imagine the quality. I'm not concerned about the paper quality, because in any case I'm going to cover this up with some tea stained papers or coffee stained papers or some other paper that I take fancy upon. So I will just show you a flip of what I have done till now. So what I do is, when I feel that I need something very basic to do some collage for my ephemera, I dig into these for the bases. You can have 3 large tags from one of these pages. This is not a full composition size notebook. This is probably a wider B6. This is an A4 kind of size. I'm not sure what size this is. They say it's a jumbo size. It's 18 centimeters by 24 centimeters. I don't know. I'll have to measure this in inches probably. I've never thought about measuring that in inches, but we can do that. So it is a pretty, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 9 by 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 by 6. So this is a pretty large size. So what I do is, I collage on one page and then I move on to the next page. So if I want this to get stained a little bit, I use Distress Collage medium sometimes, but most of the times I have my own PVA and coffee mixture. I have a video on that, how you can make your own Distress Collage stain. And then I do that. So these are the pages that I had used I think my homemade Distress Vintage Collage thingy, and it worked fine. It still does. So I'm not worried if it's coming out from edges or anything of that sort, because I know at the end of the day I'm going to cut it off and then I layer this and stuff like that. This is just your book for using up your scraps. So I'm not concerned how they look right now. I just want this to be covered with paper, and then I can. So if I'm working on a autumn-based journal, I can always trim these papers and use them as my bases. This is again a very neutral. I try to keep them neutral, but then as I go, it depends on what kind of papers I have left over, and then I work accordingly. So as you can see, here is this little bit which is really steampunk sort of thing, but I'm not into steampunk journal, so probably I'm going to add some floral elements and see what I can do. So what I have here is, I have some papers that I will probably use up. So these are blank papers, and I'm not going to use these. And some odd bits here and there, so I will use them up as I go. So we'll start the collaging bit. So here is the page, the last page we have done here. Here is the page, so I'll start gluing on this side. Now when you're putting things down on a size, one thing I want to say is, if you have difficulty in doing collages, the easiest thing that you can do is start with a smaller surface. What happens is, when you're working on a smaller surface, you tend to have more visibility of the surface that you're going to land up with. So I have this. I'm not going to lay down anything, and I'm also going to probably place this. And again, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be using this at all, but I'm just digging into the papers and just trying to find out what I can use. I have this vintage fabric cut off sort of thing which I can use. Then I have some See, this is a very neutral paper that I'm trying to build, because I'll tell you why. Because once I finish this, I'll probably be using some you know, some focal elements. So it doesn't matter whether they are like, I might use this because I'm going with the beigey kind of colors. So I'll probably use something like these. So these are all prints that came out not to my liking. I do not like how the prints came out, so I'm using up this paper. Nothing against the digital kit. I can use some book page. So I'm just sorting things out, the ones that I will be using, and then after I put down everything, I will go back and do the second layer. The second layer will be of different writings that I will be using, some labels, some scraps probably. I will show you how I do that. So let's begin this first by, okay, so here I am not going to use this because I want these words as focal points. So I'll move this away. I'll show you that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up. So I already have a crease line over here, and what I'll do is, you can use your ruler for that matter, but I'm just using my scissors, and I'm going to glue this up. Okay, so I hope I'm in frame. Yeah, I am. So I'm better this time. So this is going to be my new filming situation, and I'm pretty confident that this is going to work, because I have cleared up a lot of space in the area where I'm filming. Because, you know, before my husband started working from home, this area was not my filming area. I used to film in a separate area from where he works now. So can't blame him. The situation is so horrid, but we are due for our second dose. Now here I'm doing some kind of a uneven layering. So when you're doing things like this, try and overlap things. Like here I'm creating a small section where those two papers collide, so that's okay. I'm just going to, so if you want to use wet glue you can, but generally I do not like to use wet glue for projects like this, because they warp up the pages pretty badly, and I do not want to do that, because then on the hindsight you can do that. I mean, there's no harm. So I'm just going to take this. This is not a vintage book, but it has lovely patina to it, and that is one of the reasons why I chose this from an old bookshop. So I'm going to lay this down. So I'm probably going to lay this down like this. Yeah. Okay. So, but I don't want the entire thing. So what I'll do is, I'll do like this. So again, as you can see, I'm overlapping the corners. Don't do it straight away. You just need to create an uneven brick-like structure, you can say, so your collages will look more attractive. So here again I'm doing the same technique. I'm covering these two parts up, trying to be straight. Okay, so here it is. So this is where this book page is, and now I'm going to bring some sort of semblance to this page by adding this book page to the other side. So now when you're doing on a smaller version like this, you also feel a sense of completion, like you've achieved something. Oh my god, I've finished 4 pages of collages, and then I can always come back and add layers to it. You know, it's kind of satisfaction that you feel that you've achieved something. That's very essential. Otherwise you will not feel like going back to doing that thing again and again. You'll have to derive pleasure from it. Okay, so I have this grungy looking paper, which I will do one thing. I will do a stamping and I'll show you. Okay, so better still, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do an instant paper creating stencil. So we have this, this is a stencil I have, and this is actually meant for furniture. I think I did talk about this before. So what I'll do is I'm creating my own paper. I am customizing whatever I need. So I just added that, and if you want to make it a little bit grungy, you can definitely add a spritz, little bit of water, and then it's going to be fine. So I'm going to add this like so. Again, as you can see, I am creating those overlapping corners, and you will see how they look once I finish. So this is going to be a very quick project, because as I said, if you're working on a notebook like this, you immediately have a sense of satisfaction that yes, I've done something which can be used in any journal. Now the background that I'm creating can be used in any journal. If you're not keen on making very grungy kind of journal, then of course you can skip that stencil part and use something else if you so desire. Here I have some more papers. Now here you can see I have a small space left. Now what I'll do is I'm just going to cover this up. Now again, I'm creating this uneven edges, if you can see clearly. So the purpose is that to trick your eye. You know, you need to do that. So that is how the collage thingy, layering thingy works, to trick your mind basically. So here I have a little bit of extra thing that I'm going to trim off later on. I'm not worried about that. But one thing I can do is, if I do trim it right away, I can reuse this paper. Okay, I have this paper, and now I can use it over here, you know, in the corner. So that is going to be lovely. Okay, so I'm going to glue this part up. This was long overdue. You know, I have a bunch of papers that I need to use up. I usually do that after a project, but somehow you know, things got derailed, sort of thing. So here I have this banner sort of thing. I don't need the banner. I'm just going to trim this off, and I'm just going to lay this like so. Okay, so again you can see I'm covering the corners. So if I want, what I can do is I have this, just a second. Okay, so I have my ink dauber or whatever, and then you can even die cut your you know, tags. If you have a die cutting machine, you can die cut your tags and they will look beautifully finished, I promise. And I will do some die cutting with these, so I am also keen on completing a few pages. So here we have this page ready. Now voila, it's done. The first layer is done. Okay, now we are going to add the second layer. Now the second layer can be anything, but in this case what I'll do is I'll add labels. Okay, I have a bunch of labels that I can use. Labels, some you know, some things like this, things like this. So again, I have these are actually fridge organizers or drawer organizers, you can say, but I use them to keep stuff like this. I have sliced everything up, and the reason behind this is that it makes things so much easier when you're on the go making collages like this. So I have just picked up a few random things for this page because we are working only on this page, and we're going to work on the second layer. Now for the second layer, what we are going to do is so let me see. So for the second layer, what we are going to do is, yeah, so we have our papers here, and now I'm going to start layering things up. Okay, so first things first, we have this floral element here, so I'm not going to put a floral element here. I'm going to put this over here. And don't think I have figured everything out from before, because I never ever prep things ahead of time much, especially in the case of collages, because I feel that your collages should be spontaneous and thoughtless. Thoughtless in the sense that it would just be extension of your relaxation. So I'm just putting things in like this. Okay, so things would probably look like this, and then I might add a few things from here. Okay, so I'll just I have this bird in the cage, which I'm not going to use right away, but I can, because this has a bird kind of theme. Who knows what happens? I might use this in a bird journal. So I'm going to keep this over here. Again, I'm going to create those corners. That's very interesting. So you can just put them like so. Don't worry, because I'm going to trim this off at 3.5 inches more or less, so you will not be getting everything in one frame. Okay, so but I'm going to move this over here. So if I move this over here, I'm going to move this over here. Okay, and I'm going to put this over here. So right now I'm going to put only these things, and then I'm going to glue this up and show you how they look when we trim this off. So this is also a very warm welcome to the new ladies that have joined my YouTube channel. Thankful to my older subscribers who have just hung around in spite of me being so much irregular sometimes. But that's how life is. I have all sorts of weird health issues, which is weird to me, but probably not to many, which are chronic health disorders, you can say. So if you have any chronic health issues, it bugs you to know, and because your life revolves around it, sort of thing. So if I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. So, but no excuses. So anyways, so this is also a kind of reassurance to my subscribers that even though I have gone back to teaching partially, I mean I'm doing part-time, but I will still be doing my Patreon, and I will still be doing YouTube. And okay, so another thing, if you've not joined my Facebook group, please go and join there. You will find a few digital files in the file section. Those are free for you to use. Those are public domain images, and you can use them in your collages. Very soon I'm going to upload a set of like tags, collage tags, using the neutral bases like this. Very neutral bases that are in, some using book pages, ledger pages and stuff like that. And I will not use anything, any label or anything from any other shops, of course. That is for you to do, so that I will just create an A4 size paper like a masterboard and scan that, and I will upload that. You can make journal cards, tags, folders, pages, whatever. So I'll probably do a few of those and then upload them as I go. So you will have to watch out for that, and also you'll have to join my Facebook group for that. So if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then please do, because it would mean a lot to me. And if you're already a subscriber, then of course many thanks. And please join my Patreon. I mean, come on, you ladies, you should have joined. I only have a few kind of patrons, and I need a few more. So, and for the Patreons, there are so much more. Like, you get exclusive digital files that are not available in my shop, that are not available in the Facebook group. So we have basically finished this, and I'm not going to add anything else. So I'm just going to tear this off. Now don't be offended. This is how things go. So I'm going to move this aside. Okay. And this is how our paper is looking. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to trim this off. Now, as I said, this is around 9ish kind of inches. So no, this is so this is 6, and then around 4. So 3.5 is the best size I found. 3.25 is not 3.5. So I'm just going to slice this to 3.25. Just let me make sure that I do it correctly. So this is 3.25. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a leeway because I need to trim the ends off. So this is how it's looking. And now I'm going to just slice this off. So here we have the tag. Okay. And this is going way beyond my usual time limit. So anyways, so I'm just so you have this, and you have a little bit skinnier tag. So we have 3 tags, pretty substantial sizes, and in the next part I'm going to do more layering on this, and I'm going to show you how you can finish up paper scraps if you have something like this. So I think it's quite nice how it's turned up, and I'll do some stitching and we'll be back to complete this project.